Have you ever wondered what it would be like if humans could live underwater? It's a question that has captivated our collective imagination since time immemorial. From the ancient tales of Atlantis and mermaids to the futuristic visions of science fiction, the idea of an underwater society continues to intrigue us. Why is that so? Perhaps it's because oceans, much like space, represent the vast unknown, the final frontier on our own planet yet to be fully explored or understood. Or maybe it's the allure of the untapped resources that lie beneath the waves, promising boundless potential for growth and development. But more than anything, it's the dream of a new world. A world where we can start over, build anew, and redefine what it means to be a human society. It's an ambitious dream, yes, but isn't that what dreams are for? Is it possible that our future lies beneath the waves? Humans have been attempting to live underwater for centuries, with varying degrees of success. This adventurous journey began with the simplest of inventions, the diving bell. As far back as the 4th century BCE, we see evidence of Greek philosopher Aristotle referencing these underwater chambers. A diving bell is essentially a hollow inverted vessel, which traps a pocket of breathable air as it's submerged. However, these primitive devices had their limitations. The air supply was finite, and the pressure changes could be dangerous. As we moved into the Age of Enlightenment in the 17th century, the diving bell underwent significant improvements. Edmund Halley, yes, the one who gave us Halley's Comet, designed a diving bell with replenishable air supply. He achieved this by sending weighted barrels of air down from the surface. It was a clever solution, but still far from perfect. Moving into the 20th century, we saw the introduction of submarines. These underwater vessels were initially used for naval warfare, but their potential for exploration and habitation was soon realized. The first successful, fully submersible submarine was built by an Irish engineer named John Philip Holland at the turn of the century. This marked a monumental step forward in our quest to conquer the underwater world. But even with submarines, living underwater posed significant challenges. Pressure differences, oxygen supply, and the simple fact that humans are not designed to live beneath the waves all stood as formidable obstacles. These early submarines were cramped, claustrophobic, and not suitable for long-term habitation. Despite these hurdles, the allure of the underwater world has never faded. These initial forays beneath the waves were not in vain. They were stepping stones, laying the groundwork for the technological advancements that were yet to come. They taught us valuable lessons about the difficulties and dangers of underwater living, and sparked innovations that would bring us closer to realizing our dream of colonizing the ocean depths. While these early attempts showed promise, it was clear that more advanced technology would be needed for permanent underwater colonization. Today, our technology has advanced considerably, bringing us closer to the possibility of underwater living. In the 21st century, we've seen strides in underwater architecture that would make Jules Verne proud. Engineers are designing self-sustaining habitats capable of housing people for extended periods. These habitats, reminiscent of space stations, are fully equipped with life support systems, providing air, food, and water for their inhabitants. The use of renewable energy sources like tidal and thermal energy make these habitats a sustainable and eco-friendly option for underwater living. Simultaneously, advancements in material science have led to the development of pressure-resistant structures. These structures can withstand the immense pressure of the deep ocean, opening up new depths for exploration and habitation. Innovations in composite materials and bio-inspired designs have made these feats possible, pushing the boundaries of what we once thought achievable. But it's not just about living underwater, it's also about getting there. Modern submersible vehicles have come a long way from the primitive submarines of the past. Today's submersibles are equipped with advanced navigation systems, robust hulls, and high-powered propulsion systems. These vehicles allow us to explore the ocean's depths in relative safety, providing a vital link between the surface and our future underwater homes. And let's not forget about robotics and AI. Autonomous underwater vehicles, or AUVs, are playing a crucial role in underwater exploration. These robots can perform tasks too dangerous for humans, from deep-sea mining to infrastructure maintenance. As AI technology continues to advance, we can expect these robots to play an even bigger role in underwater colonization. So, are we ready to pack our bags and move to the ocean floor? Not quite yet. There are still many challenges to overcome, from psychological factors to economic feasibility. But thanks to these modern advancements, The idea of living underwater is no longer just a fantasy, it's a possibility, and one that seems more feasible with each passing year. These modern advancements have brought us one step closer to the dream of underwater colonization. So, what does the future hold for underwater colonization? As we move forward, there are tantalizing glimpses of what might be possible. Imagine, if you will, self-sustaining underwater habitats. These would be structures that generate their own power, perhaps harnessing the kinetic energy of the ocean's currents, or the thermal energy stored deep within the Earth's crust. Picture these habitats recycling their own waste, using advanced filtering and composting systems to keep their inhabitants healthy and their environments clean. Then there's the question of food. How would we feed these underwater communities? The answer might lie in ocean farming. Already we're seeing the development of underwater crops like seaweed and other forms of marine algae. These crops could form the basis of a new kind of sustainable agriculture, one that doesn't rely on arable land or fresh water. But let's not get too carried away. There are still many challenges to overcome. For one, we need to improve our understanding of the deep sea. Despite advances in technology, much of the ocean floor remains unexplored and misunderstood. We need to know more about the pressures, temperatures, and biodiversity of these environments before we can hope to live there. There are also technical hurdles to clear. Building structures that can withstand the immense pressures of the deep ocean will require innovations in materials science and engineering. We'll need to devise new ways to deliver supplies and maintain communication with the surface. And then there are the social and ethical considerations. What would life be like in these underwater colonies? How would we ensure that they're governed fairly and sustainably? These are questions we'll need to grapple with as we move toward this brave, new frontier. The future of underwater colonization is a fascinating prospect. It's a chance to expand our horizons, to explore new environments, and to challenge our notions of what's possible. But it's also a reminder of the challenges we face and the work that still needs to be done. The future of underwater colonization is exciting, but there are still many challenges to overcome. So, when will humans be able to colonize the oceans and live underwater? That's the big question we've been grappling with. We've looked at the possibilities, the early attempts, the modern advancements, and even tried to take a peek into the future of underwater colonization. Our journey began by examining the sheer potential of what underwater colonization could mean for humanity. Imagine a world where we don't just stop at the shoreline, but extend our living spaces into the depths of the oceans. It's a concept that's as fascinating as it is challenging. We dove into the past to look at early attempts at underwater habitation. From the simple diving bells of the ancients to the ambitious underwater habitats of the mid-20th century, it's clear that this dream isn't a new one. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of the unknown. The present, however, paints a more nuanced picture. Modern advances in technology have made it possible to create more sustainable and livable underwater conditions. Submersible vessels can now withstand extreme pressures, and advancements in material science allow for the construction of structures that can survive in the harsh underwater environment. Moreover, we've made strides in developing life support systems that can recycle air and water, crucial for long-term habitation. But, as with any frontier, challenges abound. The ocean depths are a hostile environment with bone-crushing pressures, freezing temperatures, and complete darkness. Overcoming these obstacles requires significant technological innovation and investment. We then turned our gaze to the future, a future where underwater colonies could become a reality. We talked about the potential of underwater colonization, not just in terms of expanding our living spaces, but also in terms of resource exploration and conservation. The oceans are a vast, untapped resource, and living underwater could provide us with new ways to harness these resources sustainably. But how far are we from realizing this vision? It's hard to say with certainty. There's no doubt that we've made significant progress, but there's still a long way to go. The challenges are formidable, and it will take a concerted effort from scientists, engineers, and policymakers alike to make underwater colonization a reality. We're living in an age of unprecedented technological advancement. Every day, we're pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and the notion of living underwater is becoming less of a distant dream and more of a tangible goal. While we may not be ready to colonize the oceans just yet, the possibility is closer than ever before. The future of underwater colonization is a fascinating prospect full of potential and challenges. As technology continues to advance, Who knows what the future may hold?